Hi, I'm Amy. Welcome to my channel. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to join me as I get ready for the day and I'm answering some of your questions and diving into a little bit of project planning and philosophy and just wanting to shake your world up as far as project planning is concerned. If you like makeup and project planning content and skincare and all things just inspiring beauty, I would love for you to consider subscribing to my channel by clicking the button and like this video. Liking the video really does kind of help other people to be able to find small creators like me and others that I will have listed down below. So just remember that small creators are amazing too, and we have great things to say. So engage by liking, commenting, and all the things. Let's go ahead and get ready. Thanks for getting ready with me this morning. It's a really busy week for me in the evenings. We have something going on for various reasons at my church all week. And so in the evenings, I'm not going to have time to record. And I thought, well, what better way to sit down and be able to chat with you than to just do it when I'm getting ready for work. And I thought to make some purpose to it, I would try to take some time to introduce myself to some of the new members of our channels, new subscribers that I got over the summer. Thank you so much for joining me. If you found me over the summer, it was a big influx of people, and I was very, very thankful for that during my birthday month. So thank you. And thank you to Erin, who sent a lot of her subscribers over to my channel. I really do appreciate that so much. She's a really sweet person and somebody that I would love to get to know better. I wanted to be able to answer some questions about myself and my life and etc. for people who haven't been watching my channel for a very long time, so that you can kind of get to know me a little bit and just know about my life. Not that I'm that fabulous or exciting, but you know. So we're getting ready. Get you a cup of coffee. I have some leftover iced coffee from a couple days ago. So let's get ready. One thing I've learned as someone who does makeup videos is it's really hard to talk and get ready at the same time. So this video might be a little klutzy. Let's start out with the first question, which is, why did you start a YouTube channel? Why did you start panning? So I started panning in maybe like 2020-ish. I had been watching project panning videos for so long and just finally decided I want to give this a try, like on my own. So I started with Beauty A to Z project and then created an Instagram account, and I would love for you to go follow me over there. I post frequently throughout the week over there. So I made an Instagram account where I could kind of house all of my looks or just topics of things that I wanted to share that were beauty related and not like my personal stuff. Nobody in my personal life wants to hear about my makeup. Anyway, and so I did that for a little while, and then the summer that I turned 40, I finally decided, after watching beauty YouTube for years and years, I finally decided that I really wanted to take some time to learn how people do that. Like, how do content creators come up with their ideas? How do they edit their videos? How do they get that final product out and have it looking so nice? So I decided I wanted to try to figure that out on my own the summer that I turned 40, as a way to just continue to learn. I am a teacher, and so I like to learn new things, and I think that everyone should be a lifelong learner. So find something new that you want to do. So I started the channel when the summer I turned 40, and yeah, I've learned so much about YouTube, and like, I mean, there's still so much more that I don't know, but I have taught myself a lot of things and looked up on YouTube how to do certain things. For example, recently I didn't know how people get the little picture down here, you know, or whatever. It'll have like a little subscribe, play button or whatever. And so I didn't know how people did that. So guess what? YouTube will tell you how to do that. Because people have that out there. So it's really amazing. I've kind of learned the depth of things that you can learn on YouTube is really vast. It's been a lot of fun. And so that's why I started panning. That's why I started my channel. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about the makeup that I'm using just because I'm answering questions and juggling a lot in my brain this morning. But I did want to share with you my Rose Metals palette. So I have this in a project for Deco Painting, and I'm trying to use every shade 5 times. And I keep track of that on the back of the products. Whenever I create a usage goal, I keep track of on the back of it with some painter's tape. And so funny enough, I love this palette so much. It's fall, it's wonderful, but I've realized that I've used all of my favorite shades 5 times. So now I'm having to use the ones that are my secondary favorite shades, which really are a lot of these cooler tones in the palette. Hi, I keep trying not to have that. So like this one, I just used this one, which is Ashes, and some of the really grungy greens I have naturally kind of like steered away from. So if you see me like looking down, it's because I'm trying to figure out, okay, which ones do I need to use? Which ones are a priority right now? I got this prompt for the Joker. Are you joking me? And I love this palette, and I wanted to create some challenges for myself on the Joker that were not bad. You know, like I hate this product. I don't like to hate pan. I don't think it's worth it to me to hate pan. So I wanted to create a challenge for myself in order to get that prompt fulfilled but still enjoy it at the same time. So I did this palette kind of like out of season, because to me it's very fall, and right now it's summer, although where I live the leaves are already starting to change, and that makes me so happy. So happy. Okay, anyway, somebody had asked also, what do I use to edit my videos? And I have this app that I use, and I'll pop like a little like picture of it right here so that you can see that. That's what I use to edit my videos. And then I use Canva to create my thumbnails. And something that I've learned throughout my time of, you know, figuring out YouTube and stuff is trying to create an aesthetic with my thumbnail pictures and not doing something like brand new all the time. I try to use the same font for the most part, the same style of picture. Just the idea of it was that for example, that so people would know that I would look at the thumbnail and they would know that that's your video. So that's kind of my thinking on that. That's kind of what I do. So whether it's right or wrong, I'm trying to decide, do I want to use this rose fire shade with this kind of berry? It's hard for you to kind of see on the screen, but it's very cool tone. But this shade that I put on my outer corner is kind of a berry color. Oh, I don't know. That scares me to put fire. Let's do it a little bit. Just a little bit. A little bit. So those are, you know, kind of the things that we have going on. My family and I, like I said, we have a lot going on at our church this week, and we are eating dinner at our church like pretty much every night, eating some kind of meal. Saturday is going to be lunch. But anyway, it's really kind of fun to be able to get to spend lots of time with other people. I do work from home, and my daughter does school at home too, so it's nice for us to be able to like get out and be around other people. I feel like this is the kind of look that I will like it better once I get all the rest of my makeup on. So, but in this look, I was able to use 4 shades. I used Ashes, so that's my second use on Ashes. I used Rose Quartz for the second time, Royal for the second time, and then I did use this Rose Fire, which is the 4th use on that one. So I'm almost done with that shade. Okay, so I would like to dive into a little bit more about this question of why did I start panning? I thought that it would be fun because I had been watching panning videos for so long, and I thought that that would be a lot of fun. And so I've learned so much about project panning and my preferences over the years on like how sort of my philosophy, I guess, if you will, of project panning, and that has evolved and changed over the years. I love project panning because it's such a great way to gamify your makeup usage. It's a great way for you to challenge yourself and make this idea of getting ready in the morning or unready in the evening a little more purposeful, especially for someone that has a really large makeup collection. Project panning can be a really great way to use up things that are getting neglected or to rotate through your makeup collection by challenging yourself in various ways. But something that I have learned over the years, and I've talked about on several videos that I'll try to link for you below, is that project panning should not be like a long-term goal for you to whittle down your makeup collection. As far as there's this idea that you're trying to use up things that you already have, and you keep buying more things or keep getting PR, because there's a lot of people that I used to watch that I had to stop watching because it was just getting really frustrating to me. They were creating unrealistic goals for themselves and never meeting those goals every month, and then they kind of like, you know, pout about how they weren't able to do it, how they're stretched so thin with 10 different projects that they're working on, and they weren't able to meet their usage goals. But guess what? Who's in charge of all of that? Who is the project panning police that says that you have to do it that way? You are. You are in charge of your own destiny. So I just kind of last year had to unsubscribe from a few of my favorite project panners, and I still like them as people, but their project panning philosophy just didn't align with me and the things that I did. For example, like when you have products in your collection that are 20 years old and you're trying to use those up, but you're still getting more of that same kind of product like lotion, that just defeats the whole purpose. It truly does. So I just began to get really frustrated. And this year, taking that to heart and really like saying, okay, that's not my philosophy. I don't want to be that kind of project panner. I want to be the kind of panner that inspires people to use what they have in whatever way fits them best and whatever way motivates them best. And I've also seen this year several of my other favorite project panners like Chic, Geek and Teacher Loves Beauty. They have all, and probably more, but those are the two that come to my mind first, they have all really shifted their panning philosophy, pared down the amount of products or projects that they participate in so that they can actually meet their goals and be successful. So if you are someone that is in the crux of a project planning disaster and you've got yourself so overwhelmed with all of the things that you're trying to use, give yourself a break. Help yourself out. No one's going to be mad at you if you decide to you go down from 5 to 6 projects to 2. No one's going to be mad at you. They're not. They're not going to come take your makeup collection. They're not. No one's going to know. It's going to be okay. So, anyway, I will have those 2 channels linked below for you so that you can, get their perspective from Chic, Geek, and Teacher Lives Beauty. I still really enjoy their content, and I enjoy the fact that they're authentic panners who really do have a goal in mind and are setting themselves up for success. That is inspiring to me in my project panning life. And that's what I aim to be for you if you are here for project panning content. One of my other sweet friends that I have really enjoyed getting to know here on YouTube and over on Instagram is Dub's Beauty Diary. So please go subscribe to her channel too. She asks me lots of questions and I love that. Thank you. Because if she hadn't asked me that many questions, I wouldn't have had a video to talk to you about. So Dub's Beauty Diary asked a lot of really great questions, and one of those questions is, what are your hobbies outside of makeup? And I would say I really do like to clean, but sometimes I get overwhelmed with the amount of cleaning. We live in a really big house. My husband is a pastor, so we live in the church's house, and it's very big. It's very big for our family. It has 4 bedrooms upstairs and 2 bathrooms, and then downstairs, which I don't clean the downstairs, but it's still it's like a whole other house downstairs, which we use like our attic because I don't really have anything else to put there. It would be really great for pool table or ping pong table to be able to like have kids over and such, but yeah, no, that's just not something that we're interested in doing right now, so we're not going to do that. But all of that to say that it's a really big house. It gets to be really overwhelming when you have a lot of like these kinds of like shelves to have to dust all of that all the time. But I will say that my daughter has really, as she's 12 and a half now, so she's really taken a bigger role in helping me clean. But I do really like the process of cleaning most of the time. So that's a hobby, I would say. And then recently I just discovered, okay, this is really going to date me, you guys, but it's fine. It's fine, totally fine. I recently discovered One Tree Hill. And, oh, you know what? If you've ever watched One Tree Hill, I always, I just finished the first season last night, 22 episodes. And I've been wondering, like, why do they call it One Tree Hill? Because the town is Tree Hill. But why is it One Tree Hill? I just figured it out. How brilliant. Okay, so if you haven't watched it, on the very last episode of that season, one of the moms is talking to her son, and because he's gonna go live with someone else for a long time, or what he's anticipating is gonna be a while. Something tells me it won't be. And so she's talking to him and like telling him goodbye, and she tells him something like, "There's only one Tree Hill, and it's your home." That's why they call it One Tree Hill. Aren't they smart? Love that. I wonder if they had that episode planned out the whole time. That would be very interesting. Anyway, so right now my hobby is binge watching One Tree Hill because I like it. And something funny I told my husband and my daughter the other day at like lunch was that she'll never know in life the experience of having to watch a show and have to wait a week for another episode. She'll never know that. because all of the things are at your fingertips. I guess in a way, Netflix kind of does that with some of its original series. Like we watch Stranger Things, and what else did we watch? The Mole. We were watching The Mole, and you did have to, they would dump like 4 or 5 episodes, and then you could watch those, but then you'd have to wait a week for the next 4 or 5 episodes. So she knows a little bit about that, but she doesn't know how frustrating it is to have to sit there and wait for that long. It's annoying. Okay, I'm trying to decide, ultimately, do I like my blush? Doesn't matter. I'm going to reapply it at the end of the day anyway, because again, I work from home. I have meetings online. I don't feel like, you know, it's, people can tell that big of a difference. And I really just put makeup on because I like to. And because I have meetings and I want to look somewhat presentable. Okay, let's move on. So that's my hobby. How do I balance life and social media? And so I could take that in 2 different spots, as far as like doing, like consuming social media and making the social media, I guess. One way that I balance it as a consumer is I have a Facebook page, but I don't socialize on my Facebook page. I look at a few of other people's things, mostly groups for like my school that I work for and my daughter attends, the online school. I look at questions and things like that other parents have, because that helps me to learn for myself, but it also helps me to know what other parents are asking. So you know, if I need to like bring up a concern or whatever, then I, you know, kind of have that option available to me. And then like I sell things on Facebook, but I don't like, look how amazing my day was. I don't like do that. And so I do Instagram, and I have a personal Instagram account, and then I have my panning Instagram account. And I don't really post on my personal a whole lot, maybe like a couple times a month. And then for my panning one, I try to post on that like 5 times a week, with whether it's like a makeup look that I've created that I'm kind of, you know, proud of. I think that people would find it interesting or inspiring or whatever. Sometimes I create reels, and I've really kind of enjoyed getting to do that also. I've enjoyed being able to grow my Instagram account through reels with various different topics and ideas and things like that. So I guess that's kind of how I balance it, is I don't have a Snapchat. I don't have an X. That's so weird to me. Why would you change your name from Twitter to X? It's just weird. Why would you change your name, period? I don't have one of those. Whatever we're going to call it, I don't have one of those. And our daughter will not have social media for a very long time. Very long time. Another question that somebody asked, it was dumb. She asked this, is now that my daughter's getting more into makeup, will I have her on my channel more often? And I think probably not. She wants to, but we also want to be very careful, whatever, of how often we put her on the internet and what purpose that would be, you know, I guess as far as like what topic of the makeup video it would be, and that kind of stuff. But she very often will pop in and ask me questions while I'm recording something, and I will, you know, show her like doing that. But I don't know as far as like featuring her like I did recently in what she wants to pan video. Go check that out. I think she's really cute. I don't know that we'll do that a whole lot. Sometimes, but not a whole lot. And then the last question was, what's my collab brand, my dream collab brand? And that would probably be, for me, Persona. I love Persona. I love their blushes. And I do really like my one eyeshadow palette, but it is a cooler toned eyeshadow palette, so I don't use it as often as I do my warmer toned ones, but I do really like it a lot. And I would love to try, of Persona, I would love to try some of their lip things, and I do have like their eyeliners and stuff, so I'd like to branch out a little bit and try some more, but I just like the vibe and the aesthetic and the overall thing of Persona. Anyway, well, that's it. I don't put my lips on right now because I'm gonna go eat breakfast. So this is me with no lipstick on. Thank you so much for getting ready with me this morning, and in the comments below, let me know how long it takes you to get ready, because this video currently is at 30 minutes. Normally it doesn't take me quite that long, but thank you so much. I'll see you in another video. Bye.